Well, good evening, welcome. It's BOBCAST. It's Sunday night and it's the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I realised 5th of April, by the way. I realised last night I caused chaos because I said it was the 11th. Only because I've been practicing the whistle. I said it was the 11th and there were loads of people rushing around. I had people getting terribly upset because they thought they'd missed Easter. One person in particular thought they couldn't eat any more Easter eggs because it was all over. It was just dreadful. So I do apologize. Well, do I apologize? No. Sorry. Yes, of course I apologize, Pinocchio, for giving you the wrong date yesterday. But there we are. If that's all we've got to worry about, you know, as the salesman said in the Moroccan market, a bad date, then what have we got to worry about? Exactly. So how's your day been? It's been Sunday. Interesting day for me because I'm used to working on a Sunday. Well, I don't do the whole day, obviously, because of my age and stupidity. But I'm used to putting in a half day on a Sunday and then taking the rest of the week off to try to recover. So it's a bit strange for me, particularly as today is, yep, you've got it, Palm Sunday. And one of those, I remember at theological college, Palm Sunday was probably my favourite Sunday of the whole year. Lots of things going on. I learned to play croquet on Palm Sunday. Well, you don't get much posher than that. And for the bit of rough from Glasgow playing croquet, it was quite interesting. Being given a mallet, and a pair of balls to hit, it was quite an interesting challenge for me. But what a vicious game it was. Notice I just kept talking after I said that because I thought, my goodness, what a double entendre, and I didn't mean it. Hadn't scripted that little bit. But what a vicious game croquet is. If you haven't played it, then I would have a go. I'm not sure whether you play with a friend or someone who's not a friend. It's quite an interesting thought, really, because it's a game where you think you've cracked it. You think, oh, this is dead easy, and then woof, oh, off you go. Dreadful. So yes, Palm Sunday, I said to a good friend of mine today, so are you still doing Lent? And he said, actually, the whole world is doing Lent by default at the moment. That's my theological point for today, and I think that's quite a good one. The whole world is doing Lent by default. It feels like that, doesn't it? Unless, of course, you're lying on Brighton Beach, Richmond Park, or anywhere else, and just lying there and being one of the 10,000. So if we were all as active now we've been told we can't be as we were before, then we'd probably be a lot fitter. I would be a 7-stone, weakling. No, I don't think so. No, never been 7 stone. Multiply it by 3, perhaps. We're getting a bit nearer it, but yes. So Sunday for me, I watched 3 services. I watched one from Melrose, which was extremely good, just up the road. Fabulous rendition of the Passion there. I was really impressed with it. It was excellent. Watched one from Glasgow Cathedral, and Kelvin and Oliver. That was very good as well. I like the way they did that and the interaction between all the different houses. It was lovely. And watched Andrew Swift. Andrew Swift, Bishop of Brecon. And he did the SEC Eucharist. Very good as well. Excellent stuff. With his daughter and his wife taking part. So that was all nice. Then I had a quick romp via BBC iPlayer, and I romped down to Hereford Cathedral because the morning worship had come from there. It was lovely to see Andrew Taverner, the Dean, but in there by himself. And I must say, as I saw that, I thought he's standing in exactly the same spot that I knelt when I was ordained a deacon, when I was ordained a priest, and when I had the privilege of being made a prebendary. And it brought back many things. And it was lovely to see the choir. They were doing music from a Songs of Praise, which was recorded in 2017. And there was a fabulous bit where the boys' choir sang Pio Jesu. And in there was a wee boy, and I remember when his mum told me she was pregnant with him. I remember her singing in our choir with him in her tummy. I remember her bringing him on her hip and singing in the choir. I had the great privilege of baptising him, and then there he was. He's left now, but there he was, Shay, singing in Hereford Cathedral Choir. Felt really quite humbled. Privilege of being a priest and a vicar, and all those things. I sometimes wonder what it's like though, because we've been doing a bit of work. We need to get our freezer refilled because we're eating our way through it at the moment, and so I decided to order some meat. And our butcher's great. He now delivers, or if you ask him, he'll leave the liver in. But I said to him, so what's the origin of his meat? And now he won't speak to me at all. I don't know what his beef is. Haven't got a clue. You've got to just think about those a little bit. So today was that this afternoon, drifted by. I was having to create a couple of orders of service for funerals and for good friends, and that's always a privilege, but always just a bit painful as well. And then this evening, I, along with I imagine many others, watched Her Majesty the Queen. And, I just sat there in awe, really, of this lady, of her huge age, huge experience. And she just told us as it was. She didn't make it over dramatic. She didn't make a huge fuss. She just said, we'll get through this. And how will you feel when it's all over? What will you say you've done? I thought that was very powerful. I thought it was a good thing to say. And one of the things I've watched recently on one of those pay-to-view channels or jump on the back of your son channels, whatever it happens to be, I watched The Crown. And I thought I was going to watch it at the sea because it was sort of the flicks by the sea, a sort of Netflix type of thing. And watching the whole way in which the Queen has got to where she is, I just found it really fascinating. So I don't know what you all think about it, and I don't want to open up a debate about monarchy or anything like that. I just think it was really good, and it was excellent to hear that, and for the nation to have something to focus on a little bit. So what am I going to do afterwards? Well, after this is all over, I wondered whether I might join a monastery. I read today about to join. There's a new monastery, a Spoonerism monastery, and it just looks wonderful. I've got to read this. It says, to join the Spoonerist order of monks, you have to bury a pig, clutching a flick knife in its trotter. Something about undertaking a sour violence. That did make me laugh when I saw that. To the person who wrote that joke, I salute you. You were very good. I absolutely wish it was me that had written it, but it wasn't. I don't write many of these. Well, I write some of them. I don't actually write them at all, but they just sort of get in my mind. And what's your party trick? Is there something you do that you would do as a party or thing? Do you know that Elton John, his party trick is to name all the English counties in alphabetical order? But apparently Surrey seems to be the hardest word he has to say. Right, enough of that. So where are we then? We're heading into Holy Week. If you go onto our website now, you will see a Holy Week area is opened up, and it starts with Stations of the Cross. And thank you to everybody who's contributing to our Holy Week, to those putting it together. So Stations of the Cross, which I mentioned last week, an opportunity to maybe just walk that journey with Christ as we begin this Holy Week. Monday night, Tuesday night and Wednesday there'll be Compline, and three members of our congregation who were going to speak. And I said to them, you do 10-15 minutes on whatever you like. I asked them if they could write 500 words instead. And they said, yeah, we could. And I said, well, would you like to? And they said, no, we wouldn't. But no, actually they did. And so that'll go up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They'll each be there, giving different aspects. And there's some, I've read them all now. They are very moving and very different and really good. So I hope Holy Week for you is okay. The only thing I've noticed today is in all the church services, everyone's been quite negative. Well, this is where we are and we can't do this and we can't do that. I want to say, let's look at what we can do. And that's why I'm going to continue doing Bobcasts during Holy Week. They'll be slightly tempered down. There'll be no canned laughter. Well, there may be the odd bit here and there because I do like it. But you'll be pleased to know my phone's run out of battery. So I'm having to charge it. So I can't do the canned laughter today. So during Holy Week, I'll be doing Bobcasts and not shout outs, but trying to pick up on one or two themes as well. So I pray that Holy Week for you is okay. That Holy Week you can find the opportunity, as the Queen said, to pray or to medicate and meditate. So as you meditate, maybe you'll be able to medicate your own life and the problems that are there. Take the opportunities. Just look at Christ and look at the people around you and say, gosh, you light up my life. It's just like that song, isn't it? It's just wonderful. It brings everything together and make everything work as it should. And so during this week, as we walk together, as we pray together, as we laugh together, as we eat together, then let's just see how we do. And I'm going to finish with the same prayer. I've thought once or twice I should change it, but people have said to me, don't. They just like this prayer at night. So as you go to sleep, or if you're listening in the morning, as you have your coffee or your breakfast or your tea or whatever it is, let's just spend a moment of quietness. Watch, dear Lord, with those who wake or watch or weep tonight, and give thine angels charge over those who sleep. Tend your sick ones, Lord Christ, rest your weary ones, bless your dying ones, soothe your suffering ones, pity your afflicted ones, shield your joyous ones, and all for your love's sake. If you want to make this your own, join me in saying, Amen. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always on your back and the sunshine warm against your face. May the rain fall gently in each of your fields. And until we all meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. See you tomorrow.